Day to day?
Day-to-day still? Okay. But that doesn't look like it's going to be anything long-term or anything like that.
Still day to day.
Day-to-day, still trying to figure that out. All right. The Buckeyes this weekend, second time around taking on them, going down to the lovely, fallacious OSU ice rink. What are you looking for out of your team in this series the second time around? You guys played a pretty tough the first time here and just fell short.
Yeah, we were watching video from our first weekend, and that seems like a lifetime ago. So I'm excited because obviously we're a better team, better defensively. Our goalies have really solidified themselves as tops in the country. I think our offense got going last weekend, so that was good to see. And, I'm just excited to get down there and play at the top team in the country and see what we have because we know it's going to be tough, same way it's been all semester. The whole road in is tough, but that's the way it should be at this point. And I think we have to expect their best, and we're going to give them ours.
The goalie rotation, it almost gotten easier because they're both just playing so well that you're going to split going into the weekend, or maybe you don't know you're going to split going into the weekend. Like, are you guys continuing to handle that? How is that decision-making process continuing to evolve?
Yeah, I mean, they're both playing really well, so I could never complain about that. And that's what we expect out of them from here on out. And it is week to week, though. We do still evaluate what's going on at practice, how everybody's feeling, matchups, what's going to work best for us. So I wouldn't say it's just a slam dunk. We've locked in something, but I'd say we're really fortunate.
But you feel confident in whatever decision
Exactly.
you make at this point.
Absolutely.
You're second guessing.
Right.
So has it almost gotten easier, the decision on who to play on a nightly basis?
Yes. You want me to say yes? Yes. Yes, it's gotten easier. Yes, we're very fortunate. I said they were two of the top goalies in the country. I could never complain about that.
Have you seen them, we look at these numbers and they've been pretty consistent, but are you seeing little areas of each of them are improving each week as the season goes along?
For sure. I think when you play with confidence and they play with confidence, they're able to do certain things a little bit better, whether it's that extra battle that you need in terms of scrums and tracking pucks, making sure you know where players are, where the threats are. I think handling pucks is always something that we focus on in our program. We want good puck handling D, so I think Ev is exceptional at it. If you watch her break out of our zone, she's key to that. So little details like that. I think positioning, and as you play more games and you have intense practices, I think those little details become more and more important. Rebound control is always something I'm talking about, and they know that, so we work on that every day. So really just refining their skills, and that comes with confidence and experience, and understanding, I think, where the threats are is really important.
Ohio State puts a lot of pressure on their opponents. How do you take their game and kind of push it back at them and get the pressure on them?
Yeah, I think that's their MO, right, is super aggressive. Their D activate down the walls a lot. So if you just try to break out with wrap pucks up the wall, you're going to spend a lot of time in your D zone. So I think it provides an opportunity for some creativity to try to go to different spots than that. And I think players that can handle pressure get their heads up and can find the openings. When there's a lot of pressure, when they're sending 1, 2, sometimes 3, there are openings. You just have to find them.
What's it going to take this time around? Is it that defense that you elaborated earlier, or is it kind of a combination of both to find Ohio State this time around?
Yeah, you need everything, right? You need everything, and I think, we're very confident in our defensive game. We want to be super structured, and that's not just in the D zone, that's in our forecheck, that's in the neutral zone. We want to make it really difficult on them. And like I said, I was happy to see our offense get rolling last Saturday. I think when we get our opportunities, we know how to find the back of the net. I think we showed some really good speed last weekend, getting up ice, hanging on to pucks, working it around the O-zone. I think our D are really important to our offensive output, so we're going to need to get them up ice and make sure we continue to use them to activate. So it's a 200-foot game, and it'll take everything, but really excited to see what our team can do this weekend.
I remember, right, the second game here, they didn't score a 5-on-5 goal.
Correct.
And I know you didn't score, but it felt like as the game went on, you got better and better 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was maybe working as that game went on that Saturday against Ohio State?
Yeah, I think exactly what you had just identified is, how do you beat that pressure? And I think it's, using speed when you have team speed, whether that's, your slashing wing, cutting across to provide seams. When we have possession of the puck, getting up ice quickly, good entry plays. We were talking about those last week too. And just finding there are a lot of 50-50 battles with this team. They like to, like I said, bring the D down the wall so you got your wing. She's going to be in a 50-50 battle. We got to win those things. And once you get a little confidence and you win that battle and you create those odd man rushes that you can find against a really aggressive offense, you just start believing a little bit more. So I thought we learned a lot from Friday night's game, implemented it on Saturday way back in October, and now we've learned a lot throughout the year, so we got to bring that on Friday.
What's the biggest way you've seen your guys grow since that series a couple months ago?
I think, our overall team depth has really shown. I think everybody was a little unsure of what it was going to look like this year. But you're talking to Liv, who's come in and made an immediate impact on our program. Reese as well. Man, and Clara, those guys up front really generating a lot of offense for us. I think our third line and lines have switched, but, Jenna Lowry, Danny Bergen, Grace Sedura, finding the back of the net has really rounded out our offense. And I think our defense has really solidified themselves as well. I feel really confident in what we have back there and our goalies. So it's almost like every area, which is what you want from a team over the course of the season.
This past weekend, when we just talked about pressure and depth, that you guys showcased a lot of that, even in this series against Bemidji, from offensive standpoint, and also just being down a few players, and those are the exact things you need to get into Ohio State. How do you reflect on that, knowing that the two things that you need against Ohio State, you showcased against Bemidji this night?
Yeah, it's always building confidence, right? And when you do things well, I think you believe a little bit more. And we've shown over the course of the first semester and these first couple weeks that we can play with anybody and beat anybody. So, like I said, it's going to be hard. We know that. It's a tough building to play in, no matter what it looks like. It's tough. They're good there. And we're up for it. We play good defense. So if we have to spend a lot of time in our D zone, we're fine with that. And then we're going to take our opportunities when we get them on offense and find the back of the net. So that's kind of what you gain from last weekend and look for this weekend. And you mentioned some of the injuries. That's all part of hockey. There's probably not a team in the country that's not dealing with injuries. So you just have to be ready for it and have that next man up mentality. And I think we do a good job with that. So that's the plan.
I got a rabbit hole question on Bruce said last week.
Not entries, but
Not so much. So we had Hannah Baskin on the podcast. We recorded it yesterday.
Nice.
I didn't realize that she was a forward up until her freshman year of
high school, yeah.
She said she didn't play varsity her freshman year because they had her play U15s to transition from forward to defenseman. She said she hated that year. It helped her out.
Yeah.
I'm just curious when you look at, Ashton was a forward converting to defenseman and thinking like Scott's team where he's had players playing different positions. I'm wondering how important is it like in a hockey player's development to maybe not be so specialized? I feel like nowadays there's this push for athletes to, if you're going to go play at the highest level, you got to specialize as a defenseman,
Right.
a wing, or a center early.
Yeah.
I feel like in college we're running into athletes, forwards that have played wing and center and defense, defensemen that have played forward and defense. I'm just curious how, for a player coming out, how important is it to have kind of a diversity of positions and maybe how does that influence, how they play later on?
Yeah, I think versatility is key. Certainly as a coach, when people get injured or people have to go play for their national team or whatever it might be, or you need more offense or you need more defense, if you can move people around, certainly makes those people more valuable. So versatility is important. I think the specialization at a young age is out of hand right now with all the skills coaches and the shooting coaches and the skating coaches and the different things with one sport. I think it helps if you play a different sport and you play a different position in that sport too. Just an understanding of what it feels like maybe to be on the back end and be the last line of defense before the goalie in a one-on-one situation. And, even breaking out pucks, I think wings would be better at their position if they had spent a little time playing defense and dealing with that pressure of having somebody in your face and supposedly trying to make a direct pass to you up the wall, just different things. So I always think it's good to be versatile.
Don't most teams, the good teams, interchange so much that it's really doubly important?
Yeah, hockey now is really interchangeable, and when you're having a lot of fun, you really can't tell, unless you know everybody. You really shouldn't be able to tell, well, who's the D and who's the forward in a lot of the situations. So, yes.
Defensemen like that have that experience at forward, it just doesn't lead to, maybe more offense and goal scoring. It's interesting, both Ashton and Hannah.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go back to defense because they wanted to score goals, and then they realized, wow, I could, put a lot of points up from back here.
Yeah.
Does that experience help a defenseman later on, having that background as a forward, and maybe vice versa? I think you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
A winger,
Yeah.
having some experience on D would help.
I think so, for sure. If you look at Ashton's game, and she played forward a lot longer than Hannah did, but you look at Ashton's game and what she was able to do as a forward, we all saw that, and then what she was able to do at a D, much higher level as a D, and I think sometimes it's just the vision and the time and the space. When you're a forward, you have the puck, and when you're in the corners, you're in it. You're in front of the net, you're in a battle. As a D, you have some time at that blue line to activate, to see what's going on, to join rushes and find those slippery spots to get into. So it's just a different, visual spot, and a little more time and space works well for certain people.
You go back to Laura Stalder, too.
Yeah, exactly.
The best forward and the best defenseman.
Yeah, she was special. Yep.
When you're recruiting players, do you specifically look for players that have diverse backgrounds like that, or are you finding when you see a top prospect that they already have that background, and you don't really have to go searching that out?
Yeah, I don't really actively seek that out if I hear a story. Baskin, you're telling me, was a forward up until 8th grade. So that's a long time ago. I might not have known all those details when we were recruiting her, but then you see the way she plays and you stumble into these conversations and, oh, wow, you were a forward. I can see that in your game. So I wouldn't say, no, we don't actively seek that out.
You weren't aware Baskin was a forward?
I had heard that over the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I haven't,
Okay.
talked to her extensively
Because
about
she
her
made the switch to
youth
defense all
hockey
of a
days.
sudden. Well, it's interesting because she said she made the switch to defenseman, and that's when she started getting attention from USA Hockey. That's when coaches started
Yeah.
noticing her.
See, that's when we got in the scene. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. If I remember, Ohio State was your guys' first conference series.
Yes.
That was your first conference series. We had talked about on the podcast, kind of your evolution, and your growth and everything this year. I'm wondering, compare yourself that first WCHA series against Ohio State back in October, it seems ages now, to how you are as a player now.
Yeah, I would say back then that bit caught off guard by WCHA hockey and the physicality of it, but I think as the season's gone along, I've come a long way since then, and I'm ready to go this weekend and ready to show what we can do.
Where do you feel you've improved the most?
Everywhere.
WCHA play?
Yeah, everywhere, all around. Probably mostly my physicality though. I came in and I wasn't that physical in practice and kind of getting knocked around, but now I feel like I can stand my own.
Did you like the physical part of the game? Was that something that was part of your game that disappeared off? Sometimes we see kids come in and they play maybe a more physical game at a lower level, and then depending what league they end up in college, it disappears. What type of player were you? Or have you always seen yourself as a physical player?
I would say I was a physical player, but I mean, I guess the refs are a bit softer in the CHA because I would get called for a lot of it, and here I feel like you can almost body check someone and not get called for it at all. So, just elevating that.
They've let a lot more go. You've seen throughout your career as well, right?
Yeah.
Like from the start to now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes.
What stood out to you about the Buckeyes that first time?
Just their overall speed as a team. Obviously they have good forwards, they have good D, but I think just finding that weak spot and attacking it all game, I think that will make us successful.
Have you always played forward?
Yes, I have. Please don't put me on D. No.
It's interesting. I feel like Marcel is the exception of forward, of D going to forward. Yeah, not every forward can go back and play D.
Yeah, not me, not me.
From in terms of the physicality, how different is it compared to where you were in the CHA?
I would say pretty different. Like I said before, like just being able to like almost body someone here and no call, or like even like the subtle picks, I feel like would have been called in the old league, but now it's just let go and you have to play through it.
For you as a player, does it make for a better game?
I think it does for me. Like I'm a bigger girl, so that can't hurt. Obviously I'd like to throw my weight around more, but I think going into this weekend, that's what I plan to do.
You've been watching much of the PWHL?
A little bit.
A little bit. You like the way they're calling the game there too?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What are you guys kind of focusing on specifically this series around facing the Buckeyes to try to come away with the sweep here?
Well, I'm going to quote Herb Brooks, USA coach, kind of take their game and shove it back in their face. I'm sure they don't like to play in their D zone. I'm sure they spend a lot of time in other teams' O zones. So just putting the puck deep, grinding, getting the puck back, I think getting a lot of shots off, crashing the net, like that's the key to our success this weekend.
Who is the go-to cook in your house?
Me. No, I would say me or Paul is a pretty good cook, too. Yeah.
Has had a big offensive surge last weekend against Bemidji. Kind of how do you keep that going against Ohio State? I know they're two different teams, but how do you kind of keep that clicking?
I think just being intense in practice, keeping that going in practice. Obviously, we compete hard against each other, so just by doing that, that prepares us for the next weekend. Thanks, guys.